Hey guys, it's Alicia. Today's video, I was looking forward to doing it, especially since this month's theme has been hair growth. We're all on different journeys. I think this video is going to be more helpful for those who are on a length or hair growth journey. I'm going to start off the video by asking a question, and it is hair growth genetics or is it hair routine? So I want you to answer the question down in the comment section below. You can pause the video or you can do it at the end, but answer the question and say why. This, I think, can open up discussion and also just provide really useful information to everybody. My answer is both. I believe that hair growth is genetics, but I also believe that it's routine. And to support my belief, I'm going to use a little science. What? Let's start off by talking about genetics. There are 4 things that I would say are guaranteed genetics: thickness, length or rate of growth, the color of your hair, and texture. Now, I know thickness is also something that's important in a growth journey. It's important to a lot of you. However, since we're talking specifically about length, I'm going to stick to that factor. Now, if you didn't know, now you know that length, or how fast your hair grows, is definitely determined by genetics. To break it down a little bit further, everyone's hair grows through. So to break it down a little bit further, everyone's hair goes through what they call growth phases. I'm going to give you 3, and I'm going to give you the names in the most simplest forms and explain them in the most simplest way that I can possible. There's the growth phase, there's the transition phase, and then there's the what they call the resting or the shedding phase. All of the phases are pretty much self-explanatory. That's what I love about it. I'm not giving you anything that's just going to make your life harder in your hair growth journey. So with the growth phase, that's basically the period where your hair is growing. This phase lasts on average about 3 to 5 years. Then there's the transition phase. It basically lasts about 10 days, and it's once your growth phase ends, and it is that transition into the resting or the shedding phase. The shedding phase, your hair basically sheds. Most of us know, I know a lot of you know because I know you've all done your own research, that most of us on average shed about 80 hairs per day. FYI, these phases are not happening to all strands of your hair at once, or we would all be bald-headed at one period, because all of our hair would just fall out during the shedding phase, and then we just have to grow it back again, which probably would be a lot less stressful because, you know, sometimes you have long hair, sometimes you be bald, you know, I don't know, even playing field. When your hair sheds in the shedding phase for about 3 months, the follicle, it just rests. And then after that 3 months is when the cycle repeats itself again: growing, transition, shed. With the growth phase, genetics plays a huge role in how long you're in each phase. The most important phase, which is the growth phase, again, the average is about 3 to 5 years. The longer you stay in the growth cycle, the more potential you have to have longer hair. So just imagine this. We're going to do a little bit of math. I don't like it, but we'll do it. It's basic math. So the average person, we know, grows about 1/2 inch per month. We know there's 12 months in a year. We're smart over here. I'm teaching you guys things here. Let's say you're at the minimum of hair growth. You believe, you know what, Alicia, I know genetically my growth phase is probably at the 3-year mark. Then you still have the potential to grow about 18 inches during the growth phase. And if you are lucky enough to have 5 or probably a little bit more than 5 years in the growth phase, then you have the potential to have at least 30 inches that you grow during the growth phase. What's really going to be important is how to maximize the hair growth that you get. So whether you're 3 years, 5 years, how do you maximize your hair growth? Because the truth is, even if you have a longer growth phase, if you don't know how to retain length, it doesn't matter how much hair you grow. So the point is to find a method that basically keeps the hair on your head. I feel that developing a routine that's consistent is really important, because if something goes wrong with your hair, it's easier to find the culprit. And the thing is that there's no, I think I always say this, there's no one size fits all. You know your hair better than anyone else. Find a routine that works for you. It can be protective styling, can be low manipulation. I choose a low manipulation routine because that is what has always worked for me. I do 2-strand twist, I do bunning, I do wash and goes. A consistent, simple routine always works best, or for me has always worked best in retaining length. Just to do a quick wrap up, and I'm gonna look down at my notes because I don't want to miss anything. So I believe that hair growth is genetics and routine. Just because there are a lot of people who have a longer growth phase, but they still have difficulty with having longer hair because they are struggling with retaining length, because they do not have a consistent or an effective hair routine. It's important. So it's not just about the rate of growth or how fast your hair grows, but it's about the skill that you have to keep the hair on your head for as long as possible. All right, guys, so good luck on your hair growth journey. I know this was a lot of information. I tried to keep it as simple as possible. Next week is going to be our live, so it'll be 15 minutes on Instagram. Make sure that you're following me there. Just an opportunity to chit chat, catch up. And if you have some questions, I'll be happy to answer them to the best of my ability. And then also next month's theme is going to be all hair routine. So I'm giving tools here. Yes. So I can't wait. Any questions that you have, remember, I always try to answer and respond to the comments within 24 hours of the upload. I really appreciate you guys for supporting me. Thank you. Bye.